Hi, welcome back to Pearls of Motherhood. This is your host, Diana. This is where we share stories, laughs, and a little bit of wisdom about the journey of motherhood and sometimes childhood. Today's episode is something extra special. For the first time ever, I'm handing the mic over to a kid, and not just any kid. He happens to be family, and he's got a very important job. See, as moms, we're always looking for the best places to take our kids, but sometimes it's hard to know if the hype is real, right? So I thought, why not ask an actual expert? And that's where today's guest comes in. He's 12 years old, he's sharp, he's funny, he's smart, and he's totally honest. He loves comics, he loves basketball, and he has been training for this role his whole life. Listeners, please welcome my nephew, the very first junior correspondent for Pearls of Motherhood, Luke King. Hey, Luke, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here. Luke and I went on a 3-park adventure. We went to Great Wolf Lodge, Kalahari, and Aquatopia in the Poconos, where there were splashes, slides, and everything in between. He's here to give you the inside scoop. Which rides are worth the hype, which snacks deserve 5 stars, and which park comes out on top, especially from a teenager's point of view. I think that's important. Let's dive in. Luke, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready.
I am too. So, Luke, how does it feel to be the very first kid on Pearls of Motherhood?
I'm honored. I've been listening to your podcast for a while, and it makes me more excited than nervous, but I'm still nervous.
Oh, thank you so much for listening. So, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself? How old are you? What are you into? So, let's start with how old you are.
I'm 12 years old.
What are your interests? What are you into?
I like basketball. I'm pretty good at it. I've been playing it for about 4 years, and I
Mhm.
also love comic books just like my uncle.
Yeah.
My favorite hero is probably Spider Man, but I'm more of a
Mhm.
DC guy. I like DC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So is your uncle. He's a big time DC fan. Currently, who is your favorite basketball player?
Um, and Tatum.
Jason Tatum. That's a really good one. Do you have a favorite basketball team?
The Hawks.
So, what went through your mind when I asked you to be our junior correspondent?
I had no idea what it meant at first, but after
Did
doing
you?
all that, the water parks, I know what it all means.
Yeah. It's a big title, right? It's a little bit intimidating, but I wanted you to feel this is something it's important to the podcast. Do you feel important?
Yeah, of course I do.
Good. All right. So let's talk about the very first one that we went to. The very first water park was Great Wolf Lodge, right?
Hmm.
So Great Wolf Lodge in the Poconos. What was your very first impression when you walked in?
It smelled really good. It smelled good.
Like clean or like you smelled food? What made it smell good?
The cleanness, they must clean every night and day.
I have to agree. I thought it was immaculate and it felt very updated, right? It felt new. Which ride or slide was your favorite?
My favorite slide there was the river run. It shoots you up and
Yeah.
puts you back down.
So are you like in flight at some point?
First, you go down, and then they have like, I don't know what it is, but it shoots water up, and so it brings you up. It's like white water rafting.
Good way to explain it. I'll be honest with our listeners. I am not a water slide person because I'm afraid of heights. So getting up to the top of them would be an adventure enough for me. So you went down this with your uncle. Was there anything that you didn't quite like about it?
The staff, they were rude.
Yeah,
I went,
they were.
yeah, I went up to the slide with my uncle, and we
Hmm.
had the wrong tube. And we've done that once. We did it once before that with another lifeguard, and they said, "Oh, you guys got the wrong tube." So we brought that one down and went back up. And then we did another slide, and
Hmm.
that lady, she was really mean. She yelled at us and told us to get back down there. But it wasn't just us. There was also 2 other kids that weren't understanding, and,
Well, that's rude.
yeah,
How
she
are you supposed to know? That's
that's
their
what I'm
job.
saying. And
That is rude.
the kids were just standing there like, "We don't know." And then she went down there and told them.
That's so did you have to bring up your own slide, like, up the stairs as you're climbing the stairs, you had to drag up your own slide?
Yeah,
Huh. So and then you had to bring it all the way back down because it was the wrong one.
yeah. Or actually,
That's
they stopped us halfway and yelled at us.
okay. At least it was only halfway, right?
Yeah.
And not all the way up to the top? So that is something to think about that you have to they don't have a machine to bring up those tubes for you. You have to do it physically yourself.
There is some, but that's for, like, the 4 people ride. But,
Okay.
like, the 2 people ride, you have to bring up the whole thing, and it Doc got tired. Uncle,
Mm.
I call him Doc
Yeah, it's
because
okay.
he's a doctor.
Yeah, you call him Doc. It's okay to call him Doc. So that's something to keep in mind too, right? And so that's not cool that they yelled at you. How are you supposed to know? It's not like the tubes are labeled.
Exactly.
Uh, so you've been to Great Wolf Lodge in Georgia, where you live. Are they similar? Are they different? What is there one that you prefer? Is one bigger than the other?
No, they're both about the same size, and I think
Mhm.
my Great Wolf Lodge is a little better because they have more to do, though. It's the same size, but it's more packed with more things. But I still
Uh,
like this Great Wolf Lodge a lot.
yeah, I mean but that's fair. That's interesting that they have different attractions in each one. Cool. If you could rename one ride at Great Wolf, what would you call it?
Uh, Probably the lazy river, I would call it Loop Lake. Or you said make one? Did you say make
Yeah.
a slide?
No. If you could rename one,
Oh,
rename it.
rename one? Yeah, I would
Mhm.
rename the lazy river Luke Lake.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wasn't a lazy river a little bit shallow too? Isn't that where mama hurt her toe?
Yeah, my grandma hurt her toe and it hurt her really bad. And I think she
Yeah.
like what'd she do? She didn't break it.
I think she
She
fractured
fractured
it.
it. Yeah.
I think she fractured it because it is super black and blue. So, so mama, which is what Luke calls his grandmother, was what? She was in the inner tube and she was trying to get off? What happened? How did she do that?
She said she was getting off with the baby, and while she was going
Mhm,
up the stairs, the water was like flowing and it's too shallow. The water was like 1 feet deep, and the whole thing was like
mhm.
2 feet deep, as big as the baby, as tall as the baby.
Uh-huh.
And while she was going up, the water was flowing, and so she hit her toe, she said, on the um not the bar, but the wall.
On the step?
Yeah, the step.
Ooh.
The wall.
So it was too
It
shallow.
was way too shallow. And I think the same thing.
Yeah.
Like when I stand up, it was like to my thighs, like mid thigh.
Mm. Yeah, so that can be a pickle. So that's not cool. So we do have a small injury. So yeah, I have to go tape her toe later. Poor thing.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, so overall, if you were to rate Great Wolf Lodge out of 10 stars, 1 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best, what would you call Great Wolf Lodge? What would you rate it?
8.5.
8.5. That's pretty good. Our cabana was really nice.
Yeah, it was very private. Like if you put the curtains, you like
Mhm.
couldn't see anything. And their food was pretty good. I say their food
Yeah.
was mm, probably a 7 out of 10. 7 out of
Mm.
10.
W Nice. So I love what you did with the food was that you ordered the same thing at all 3 water parks. So you can really give us a perspective. You ordered a cheeseburger at every single one. So you can tell us for consistency which one is the best. That was very smart.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to park number 2. So day number 2, we went to Kalahari in the Poconos, and Kalahari is huge. And I thought it was really cool that it has a African safari motif theme going through. So you have these giant statues everywhere of animals, hippos and crocodiles that you would find in Africa. What stood out the most to you when we arrived, Luke?
When I went there, there was a big fountain, and it had like a lot of animals in it, like fake animals, of course, but they had an alligator, a hippo, what they had a rhino in there and a giraffe,
Yeah. Mhm.
and there was a lot of coins in there, people making wishes.
Yeah, I love that. And also on the walkway, we saw tons of, like, statues of turtles. They had a lot of turtles. Oh, what else do they have? Orangutans, gorillas, right?
At first, I thought it was a zoo. I was like, "Is this a zoo or is it a water park?"
Yeah. Did we get lost? Because that's something legitimate with me if I'm directing us. So which ride or slide was your favorite at Kalahari?
My favorite slide was the
Tanzanian Twister?
Tanzanian Twister. Yeah, it was that one.
Y Can you describe it to me?
So when you went down it, it has like different patterns of different animals, and the first one was a zebra, the second one was a giraffe, and then when you get to the bottom, there's like you like flow through the circle. There's a circle thing.
Mhm.
If you know, you know. And there was a projector of like moving animals, and I thought it was so cool because you could see like the lion roaring and jumping with you, and like rhinos and all the other animals, and it was really cool.
That's really cool. So it wasn't a super fast slide, but you could actually see things as you're going through.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's really awesome. Didn't they have a virtual reality there too? I think they had a
they
VR
did.
slide.
I saw a lot of posters on the virtual reality, but I never saw it.
Yeah. I couldn't find it or it was closed. I don't remember, but I don't think you did that, did you?
No.
No. So, was there anything that felt really overwhelming or like a little too much about Kalahari?
The music. The music was blasting, and you and Doc had gotten a cabana where it was supposed to be as quiet as possible for the baby, but yet it
Mhm.
was still blasting music. And also, a terrible thing about the cabana that brought the overall review down was
Mhm.
that we were just sitting in our cabana eating fruit, and
Mhm.
a bunch of water just poured on us. And you got
Yeah.
mad. You were like, "Who did that?" And we realized
I went running out the door to see who did it.
we realized it was just the water slide above us. And you went out there, and
Yeah.
the lifeguard was like, "What's going on?" And then
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a bunch of kids with,
that's what I thought
water
too.
guns spraying us. So I thought I was gonna say, "Who did that?" Because the baby was really upset, right?
Yeah, she was
And I
crying.
get out there, super angry, I get out there, and there's no one there, and I'm like, "Oh, this is awkward." And there's just a lifeguard. I'm like, "Well, I think I should gather my senses."
And then they moved us
But
to
yeah.
a different cabana, and it was a lot bigger. It
Yes.
was nicer.
It was. They were very accommodating for us, but I didn't think it was great to have a cabana that you pay money for and that you can get splashed, not just splashed, but, like, doused in water because right above us were the slides, and part of it was closed, but right where the cabana is, it opens up, so if you have a large party going down that portion of the slide, it splashes a bunch of water out.
Hmm.
So that I didn't think that was ideal. I thought that was poor planning.
Me too.
So, if you could design a new ride for Kalahari, what would it be?
I would name it Luke's Lion Run, and
Mhm.
it would be like lion theme with yellow. It would be yellow and then black stripes, and then there would be like a little waterfall, and it would have like a projector so you could see the lion. And
Mhm.
when you get down there, it shoots you out of your tube.
Oh, nice. I love that. Would it be really fast?
It would be like in the middle, so you could
In the
experience
middle.
everything.
Oh, I like that. And it wouldn't be too high up, so I could get on it too, right? Without being terrified, right?
No, you would have to
No.
pay because I
All
want
right,
it to
that's
be
fair.
long, and also I would put noise in there, like lions roaring and the trees just
Very
colliding and stuff. like
Very immersive,
because
right?
it's like animal themed, the whole park, and
Yeah.
I would want to do something like that.
I think that's a great idea. I love that idea. And I love that you're not going to accommodate me. And that's fair because it's about the ride and not an individual person who's afraid of heights. So what's your official star rating out of 10 for Kalahari's? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
Well, I would have to say it was my least favorite, but I was really tired that day. I did not get enough sleep at night
Mhm.
because of my grandpa. He was snoring a lot, and I didn't have any
Mm,
fan, and I can't sleep without a fan. But overall,
yeah.
I would give it a 5.5 stars.
Okay, that's fair. But maybe we should go back next year. After a good night's sleep, we put Pawpaw maybe in another room and we try Kalahari again. What do you think?
I think that'd be a great idea.
I like that idea too. That way we can give them a fair assessment. But at the same time, we should also redo the other 2 parks too. What do you think? Just to be fair for consistency. Kalahari, do you think the size of it was a little too much or did you like how big it was?
No, I really liked how big it was. I think that
You
brought it
did?
up like 2 stars. It was huge.
Really? Oh, wow. That's impressive. And their slides were better, right?
Their sides were better than
More
River
geared.
Lodge. Yeah.
Yeah, more geared for teens.
The lazy river, you had to sit
Mhm.
in a tube, of course, but you couldn't even walk on the water. And I didn't know you had to sit in a tube, so I was just walking without a tube, and there's this lady. The
The
same thing
lifeguard?
happened to you too. I had a float beside me. I wasn't in it because I didn't know how to be in it. And she's like,
Mhm.
she's snapping at me, and she doesn't tell me anything. She uses her hands, and she just wouldn't respond.
Mm. So, yeah, so the rule in at the lazy river is that you had to be in a tube, inner tube. You had to be sitting in it. You couldn't just walk through it. So, my husband and I, we were with the baby and walking her through it, and they made us stop and put her in an inner tube, and she hated it. She did not want to be in there. And I guess the lifeguard was rude to you. I can understand not saying anything, but snapping at you, I think that's a little excessive.
Yeah.
But she got her point across, so she did keep you safe.
Yeah. And I stopped halfway
Okay.
through. It just wasn't
I did
fun.
too.
And it didn't go
No, it
that
wasn't.
fast. It did not go
No.
fast. It was slow.
I didn't like that there were waterfalls coming down, so it was if you don't wanna get splashed to me, when I'm in a lazy river, I just kinda want it to be chill, I don't wanna get splashed, so I didn't care for the waterfall features in the lazy river.
Hmm.
But yeah, but with that being said, with the lifeguards, there were a lot of lifeguards, I have to admit, you felt very, very
Yeah,
safe.
the safety was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree, and I really appreciated how you could see them change their staffing, like, they rotate the lifeguards rotate every so often to decrease the monotony, I guess, so that was nice to see too. Okay, now going to Aquatopia. You got a good night's sleep after Kalahari, and we went to Aquatopia the next day. How would you describe Aquatopia compared to the other 2? Size-wise, which is the smallest?
Definitely Great Wolf Lodge, and in the middle is Aquatopia, and then number one is Kalahari.
Okay. So, which ride or section did you like the best at Aquatopia?
My favorite ride, it was definitely
Mhm.
Mountain Mayhem. There was an iPad at the top of it, and there was Ice, Thunder, Extreme, and I can't remember the other one, but you could select one, and it would like make noises, and there was a waterfall like I was talking about. If I could make my own slide, there was a waterfall and the projectors, and then when you get at the end of it, it spits you out, and you like
What?
it was so funny. Doc like fell out, and he's like, "Why does it shoot you out so fast?" It was super funny.
So he fell out,
Yeah,
basically?
he fell out
Wow. Would you do it again? How many times did you go on that one?
twice. It was definitely the best one. No,
Twice.
wait, I went
Wow.
on it 4 times because I wanted to do all of the things.
Wow. That's
It was
impressive. You
fun.
really did like that one.
But there was also
That's
another
cool.
one. It was like a mat slide, and it was so chillaxing. The first time I thought it was gonna be like really fast and fun, and then I realized it's
Mhm.
just a bunch of colors. And then the second time I went on it, I knew it was relaxing. So I closed my eyes and just sat there because it was
Oh,
super
that's
fun.
nice. That's really nice. Was there something you think Aquatopia does better than the others?
Hmm. Their food was really good.
Food? Yeah, it was. The food was really good. I got a salad, and it was the best salad there. So, you being our cheeseburger expert, who had the best cheeseburger?
Aquatopia.
All right.
And they brought it
I
to us
also
fast.
very fast, and she was very attentive. The server was very attentive.
And you guys had the same name, right?
Yes, Diana.
Mm-hmm. Y'all had the same
She
name.
she was excellent. I liked her a lot. Not just because of her name, but she was actually really, really good.
And in Aquatopia, all the other ones, and to get in the hot tub, you have to be an adult in Aquatopia. The hot tub could be for kids, and then there was an inside, you could like stay inside, and there was an outside that led to both.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
me and Mama went in there, and my grandma, and Papa, my grandpa, and we sat in there, and then it was the first time Mama was in there, and she was like, "I think the baby will like this," and Dee Dee, which is Diana.
Mhm, mhm,
So we brought the baby, and the baby loved it. She liked it. She liked the outside because she doesn't like all the noise, and
mhm.
it was very chillaxing, and the water was just right. It wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold, and
Yeah.
it was really nice. And kids could be
It
in it.
was more like yeah, I love that too. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it was like a nice bath. That's what it felt like. So even if you spent a lot of time in there, you didn't feel super overheated or anything like that.
Like at Great Wolf Lodge, you said it was really, really hot.
It was, and that was an adult only section, and it was really hot. I think mama and I sat in there for maybe 10 minutes, and we just had to get out because it was just too much.
And
But
also in Aquatopia, that scent of chlorine just doesn't hit you. I don't smell it. Like and Great
I
Wolf Lodge,
yeah.
it just hits
Yeah,
you.
I have to agree with that. I'm wondering if Aquatopia uses salt water because the water tastes salty. Not that I drank the water or licked it on purpose, but it gets in your mouth.
Yeah.
Also, their wave pool. What did you think of the wave pool at Aquatopia?
I actually never went in the wave pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Me and Papa were gonna go in there, but the lazy
Mhm.
river, it's so good. Let me tell you about the lazy river. It's a little scary themed. It's enter at your own risk and like
Uh-huh.
fake of course, but it's dark and there's light. There's green, purple, all those colors. And I personally like the waterfalls. I think they're fun. There was a lot of
Mhm.
waterfalls and there was noise which was cool. But when you get in there, there's a waterfall and it changes colors and it's like super fun.
Oh, wow.
And then halfway through the ride, you go outside and it's chillaxing. It's super fun, chillaxing, chilling.
Yeah.
And
Was the water deep enough in this lazy river?
it was kind of small. Yeah,
It was kinda small. But mama didn't break her toe on this one.
yeah, and it's not too small, but for like somebody that's tall like me, I'm taller than you are now.
I know. That blows my mind. I can't believe that you're taller than me. But I mean, then again, I knew it was gonna happen because everyone is taller than me. I'm really short.
But overall, I think the Lazy River was definitely a 10 out of 10. It was super fun.
Wow. Some of the slides I know that your back was red after some of them. What did the cool water in the lazy river kinda help it, soothe it?
Yeah.
That's cool. So, definitely recommend that one. But, yeah, I try to take the baby down the lazy river, and at the entrance, it was a paleontology dig, Indiana Jones hunting for treasure type of thing, and so there are a lot of bones and lights, and so it is darker, and the baby definitely did not like that. So, we did not take her down the lazy river, and I read that it was a little bit deeper, so even though they allow young children to go through without a inner tube, she had a life vest on. I just wasn't comfortable taking her through deeper waters and something that she wouldn't fully enjoy. So I did not do that with her.
Yeah.
We did do the penguin area for toddlers quite a bit.
And the baby also loves penguins. So I think that was, and our cabana that was there
Hmm.
was right
Hmm.
by the penguin section.
So it was convenient. So tell me about the cabana. What did you think of our cabana at Aquatopia?
It was good. It wasn't private though. It was
Mm-mm.
because remember when you close it, there was, like, still a little gap you could see. I didn't like that because I needed a
Mhm.
change,
Yeah.
so I didn't like that.
Yeah. The curtains, when they're down, have a gap on all 4 sides when that happens, and so there is a lack of privacy there. So I would change that. You're right. And also I noticed that on the roof of ours, there was some mildew
Oh,
growing
yeah,
there.
I saw
S
that too.
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled with that, and I did ask the cabana, person. We were just splashed at the other one. "Are we gonna get splashed here?" And he said, "No, that ride is closed, so you're not gonna get splashed." I said, "Okay," but you could tell with the mildew that that does get wet, so that is an issue.
And, all the cabanas, Great Wolf Lodge was easily the best one. That one was
I have to
private,
agree.
and it was really nice, and it was quiet over there, no noise at
Mhm.
all. And then the,
Yeah.
Kalahari one, terrible. The first one was,
Yeah.
and then they moved us,
Mhm.
and that
Yeah,
one
the one that we got splashed in.
the other one was just, and then when they moved us, it was still just okay. There's
Mhm.
not even a curtain there. There was no curtain.
Yeah, there's no privacy at all in that one.
Exactly. And it was blasting music. And then the Aquatopia one, it was decent. It was good enough.
Mhm. Yeah, I have to agree. So what was there anything that Aquatopia did not do right that you think that they can improve on?
Um, I feel like their staff is a little lazy
Really?
at the slide parts. When they're
Mm.
like the lazy river, because I went down the space race, it hurt my back pretty bad. And then when I got out, the girl was just chilling. She was falling asleep. And also at Great Wolf Lodge, I went up to one that was broken, unfortunately, the
Mm.
one that just drops you. That
Yeah.
guy was literally sleeping on the job. He was sleeping.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just standing there waiting for him to wake up for a minute, and I'm like, "You good?" And he's like, "Oh, it's broken."
Wait, so they didn't have it roped off, so you walked all the way up there?
Had to walk all the way down there.
Well, that's a waste of time.
Had to
Huh,
go down.
interesting. That's not cool. So, for Aquatopia, what is your star rating for it? 10 out of 10 being the best and 1 out of 10 being the worst.
10 out of 10, easily. They just had I had the
Ooh.
best experience there. They had great food,
Mhm,
great slides. Their lazy river was really good. Didn't do the wave pool. Their staff was friendly. I
mhm,
felt safe there. The crowds, they were good. I mean, I didn't really ever
mhm,
notice it because the place is so big. You don't hear a
mhm,
lot of people screaming unless they're on the slide, of course.
mhm.
Cleanness, it was terrible. The bathrooms are so disgusting. I went in there to go
Ooh.
change because there's not privacy in the cabana, and
Mhm.
I went in there and the floors had toilet paper that was wet, and
Ew.
this might sound a little weird, but the toilet had poop in it, and it was really
Oh,
gross. And it was
that's
clogged,
disgusting.
and there was hair in the sink. It was so bad. So,
Not
that
cool.
definitely gets a 2 out of 10 of cleanliness.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I noticed that the restrooms in Aquatopia and Kalahari were older. They weren't as nice. I guess they were clean and well, not yours that you went into, obviously, but the ones I went into, they were clean, but you could tell that they were dingy. They were old. So it had that refurbished like in the 90s, and now it's so old, you got stuff growing that you can't scrub off anymore.
Mhm.
So I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that. Great Wolf was impeccable. They
They were
were,
very clean,
yeah, very clean. Very, very clean. I have to agree with that.
but their floors at Great Wolf Lodge, there was, like, gum, and that's also at my Great Wolf Lodge too.
That's not cool.
I don't know what it is,
So
but it's gross.
so basically all the water parks have something good to them, but they all have improvements, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So let's talk about the snacks and the extra stuff. I know we said this before, but best food and snacks. Who's number 1?
Aquatopia,
Okay. Number 2 is
Kalahari,
and number 3 is Great Wolf.
Great Wolf, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Did any park have the best vibe for just hanging out, not just riding slides and all that stuff? Like just just relaxing and in the cabana or on the chairs or anything like that?
Great Wolf, because
Yeah.
there's not a lot of noise.
Mhm.
The music isn't blasting at like Kalahari. The music isn't blasting. It's chill, and the couches were soft. And Great Wolf, they have a TV and they have their own show, and it was actually it's for babies, but it was entertaining, to be honest.
Yeah. The baby did like it.
Yeah, she did like it.
If you could take one thing from each park and combine them into a super water park, what would you choose? So at Great Wolf, what is the one thing that you would take to put into your park?
The lily pads.
You did like the lily pads there.
I did. They were hard,
They were hard.
but that was only my practice. And then when we got the
Mhm.
Aquatopia, it was Aquatopia. Yeah,
Mm.
I think
Yep.
I did it.
Yep.
And there's even a video
Yeah.
of me doing it. So
There is. There certainly is. Okay, so you would take the lily pads from Great Wolf. What would you take from Kalahari into your park?
probably I really liked the wave pool. They had bubbles, and
Yeah.
the wave pool was pretty big. It was nice. I liked the wave pool.
It was nice. I have to agree with that. And for the third one, um, Aquatopia, for your ultimate water park, what would you take from them?
The slide called the Mountain Mayhem with the four things,
Ooh,
the four buttons.
nice.
It was super
That's
fun.
really good. And if you could name that park, what would you call it?
Uh, I would probably just call it Luke's Park, Luke's Water Park,
I love it. Simple, easy.
or maybe
I like it.
Goob Lagoon.
Goob Lagoon. Interesting. I kind of like that one. I'd go with Goob Lagoon. I'd
Goob
have to say
Lagoon.
that. Okay, lightning round time. Best slide overall. Who had the best slide?
Aquatopia.
Uh, best snack. Who had the best snacks?
As in like food or snack?
Yeah.
Aquatopia.
Okay, best for teens, your age.
Aquatopia.
Best overall vibe.
Great Wolf.
And if you could only go back to one of these parks, which one would it be?
Aquatopia.
Just one. Very good. Okay. So, some closing questions for you. If you could design your dream water park, Luke's Lagoon or Goob's Lagoon, what's the number one thing it has to have?
Probably. I think a hot dog and lemonade stand. If people get hungry.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I'd go there. Okay. Do you think kids and parents look for something different at water parks?
Um, as in, like, what do you mean by that? Like,
So, what you like at a water park, do you think a parent is looking for something at a water park that is different? Like if you maybe like slides and the rides, while me as a parent, maybe I'm looking at safety. Do you think that's true, or do you think it's kind of a whole package that everyone kind of considers?
that's true. That is true.
Yeah, everyone considers it.
Everybody.
Because, I mean, you look at safety too. I know that you noticed the lifeguards on duty and how many were there, and you mentioned that you felt safe, and that's super important as an aunt and as a parent, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, what advice would you give to a mom who's thinking about bringing her kids to one of these parks?
Um, go over it before you go to it.
Good advice. Preview it, right? I think that's great. Is there anything else you want to add as our first junior correspondent?
Aquatopia was fun. I would have stayed all day, but I had to go to two comic book shops, which were also really
Oh.
fun too. But yeah.
We'll have to do another segment of comic book shops in the area that you can review.
And all the comic book shops we went to, how many did we go to? We went to one, two, I think we went to
3 or 4, I
five,
think.
4 or 5.
What?
Because we
Wow.
went to two on the last day. No, we did do four. You're right. Yeah, I think
Which
we
was
did
your
four.
favorite?
Definitely Comics on the Green, y'all's local comic shop. That was definitely the best.
Oh, in Scranton. Oh, that's good to know. Well, Luke, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for being our first junior correspondent and our very first kid guest on Pearls of Motherhood. You brought so much fun, so much honesty, and so much energy to this episode. And I know our listeners loved hearing your take on Great Wolf Lodge, Kalahari, and Aquatopia. Moms, I hope this gave you a little window into what kids, especially teens, really think about family fun because sometimes the best reviews don't come from parents, they come straight from our kids. And to Luke, my snugs, you're officially famous in the Pearls of Motherhood universe. We'll always remember that you were the first kid guest and you completely rocked it. You nailed it, buddy. To everyone listening, thank you for joining us for this splash filled adventure. Until next time, keep finding the pearls of motherhood in the everyday and sometimes in the water park. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.